Good morning, students. This is Neha Ratan, and today I'm going to teach you this chapter, The Portrait of a Lady, which is the first chapter of your book Hornbill. The Portrait of a Lady has been written by Khushwant Singh, who was an Indian author, lawyer, journalist, a very famous columnist, apart from being a renowned politician. The story portrays a grandson's perception of his grandmother and how their bond of love undergoes change. The Portrait of a Lady is written in first person and is in a biographical mode. Khushwant Singh begins the story by giving us a detailed account of his grandmother, with whom he had a long association. He recalls his grandmother as short, fat, and slightly bent. Her silver hair scattered untidily on her wrinkled face. She hobbled around the house in white clothes, with one hand resting on her waist and the other telling the beads of her rosary. Khushwant Singh remembers her as not very pretty, but as always beautiful at soul. He compares her serene face to that of a winter landscape, as calm and peaceful. During their long stay in the village, grandmother wakes him up in the morning, plastered his wooden slate, prepared his breakfast, and escorted him to school. While he studied alphabets, she read the scriptures in the temple attached to the school. On their way back home, she fed stale chapatis to stray dogs. The turning point in their relationship came when they went to live in the city. The author now started going to an English school, studying gravity and many more things which grandmother could not understand at all. Grandmother could no longer accompany him to school nor help him in his studies. She was upset that there was no teaching of God or scriptures at the city school. Instead, he was given the music lesson, which according to her was meant for gentlefolk, but she said nothing. When Khushwant Singh went to university, he was given a separate room, so the common link of their friendship snapped. Grandmother, here, she spent most of her time sitting beside her spinning wheel, reciting prayers and feeding the sparrows in the afternoon. When the author left for abroad, grandmother did not get disturbed. Rather, she saw him off at the railway station. Seeing her old age, the narrator thought that it was his last meeting with her. But contrary to his thinking, when he returned after a span of 5 years, grandmother was there to receive him. She celebrated the occasion by singing songs of homecoming of warriors on an old dilapidated drum along with the ladies of the neighborhood. Contrary to her behavior, next morning she fell ill and she could foresee that her end was near. She didn't want to waste time talking to anyone. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling the beads of her rosary till her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. To mourn her death, thousands of sparrows flew in and sat scattered around her body. There was no chirping, and when Khushwant Singh's mother threw breadcrumbs to the sparrows, they took no notice of the bread. They flew away quietly when the dead body of the grandmother was carried away for last rites. So, the story puts to light the need of companionship and the friendship felt by our elders. I hope you must have understood the essence of the story, The Portrait of a Lady. Thank you and have a nice day.